I would not answering any DMs or private messages on Instagram. I would never respond. Or people in the street talking to me, I would.
What was the experience like on dating apps for you?
It was actually scary because you don't know the person, and I didn't want to really meet with them because, you know, it could be a serial killer or someone weird, and I didn't want to waste my time on them. Yeah.
What about you, man?
I just feel like it's not very efficient. It's just dry and it's not the best way.
Yeah.
Normally I've been in a relationship and personally it just doesn't appeal to me.
Have you ever been tempted to try them?
No, I personally would rather meet someone in person than over online. I just like that aspect of sort of developing a relationship, developing a friendship, conversing in person rather than sort of popping up and messaging someone online.
I'm just not interested in meeting people that way. Like, why not? But it's just not for me, I guess.
Do you think the threshold for what constitutes like an attractive man goes up when you're on a dating app? So for example, if you met a guy in real life, you might say, oh, he's a really cool guy, he's got a great personality. But if you saw that same guy on Tinder,
I'll be judgy.
Yeah.
I'll be like, why is he in this Tinder app? Why is he trying to find girls so badly? I will be judgy towards him, yeah.
Has a man in your life, have you ever been approached by a man outside of the conventional nightclub bar environments?
I don't think so, no. Not someone. I got approached in a McDonald's this weekend.
How did that go?
Not very well. He was very drunk.
Okay.
Bless him. He tried his best, but it wasn't great.
You couldn't understand the word he said.
No. But it was worth a shot.
But never in the street. So when you're walking down, guys never come and say hi?
I think like it depends what you talk about. Like guys, as in inappropriate guys, older guys saying suggestive comments, but genuine people wanting to start up a conversation, no.
Interesting. So guys, the 6-week course in Brazil is starting the 9th of February and going on until the 24th of March. If anyone needs a break from cold, rainy London to the bright shores of Brazil, get in touch with me and we can arrange a 6-week course over there. God bless you. One love. And you, mate. How did you and your boyfriend meet each other originally?
Actually, Instagram. So, yeah.
He DM'd you on Instagram?
I DM'd him.
Ooh, I love it. The future is, feminine.
It is, future is female.
So let me ask you this. So let's say a man did come up and let's say respectfully came and approached you and said, I just thought you looked really nice. I had to come and talk to you.
Yeah.
Would you give that chance? Let's say if you found him attractive and he had a good personality, he was a good looking guy, would you potentially give him a chance to meet again?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Interesting. And do you think that's an appropriate way for men to meet women today if it's done respectfully and without any sort of explicit comments on your body?
Yeah, that's my personal preference, is sort of meeting someone in person, someone approaching me respectfully with good intentions, and the acceptance of if I turn them down that it's okay, rather than I'll get a comment back in my face or someone will be rude in response to me turning them down. So definitely.
Would you be open to dating him if he'd met you in the street?
No, I wouldn't. Because it's awkward to meet with someone in the street. I feel like I would like just ignore him and walk away.
Yeah? You wouldn't even give him a chance?
No.
With those eyes? What about you, man? Would you ever consider, if you saw a beautiful girl in the street and you thought, you know what, I really want to go and meet her, would you ever consider just going up and saying hi?
Yeah, I think I would, absolutely. I think I love like random conversations. And if she came up to me and talked to me, that would be like even better. Like I would just enjoy that so much more. Yeah.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever gone up to a woman in a daytime environment and said hi and started a conversation?
Yeah, absolutely, all the time. Yeah, I think it's nice. And if she's not interested, then you just get like a good conversation and it's nice. And then you just move on, if you know.
Excuse me, ladies. We're filming a video about people's dating lives in London. Do you mind answering a few questions?
We don't live in London.
Huh?
We're tourists.
Oh, right. Where are you from?
Dublin.
From Dublin?
Yeah.
Well, we'd love to know what it's like in Dublin. Is it dating apps? So sexual promiscuity is more common than ever. It's more normalized. You know, we've moved out of the old kind of social norms of sex after marriage. Do you think today's sort of promiscuity, where it's normal for men and women to sleep with each other and they don't have to kind of hide it or be ashamed of it, do you think that has a positive or negative effect on society?
I think it has more positive, so girls wouldn't be shy about it, because where I'm from, it's really disrespectful to talk about that sexual intimacy, and I think it's making it more normal, so it's better for us all of it.
Where are you from originally?
Don't say.
Yeah, it's like Middle East, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Lebanon.
Jesus says if anyone ever looks at a woman with lust, they've already committed adultery with her in his heart already. So adulterers will go to hell. But God doesn't want to send people to hell, but it's only by His Spirit that He gives us the grace to overcome.
Power to do it.
Hi mate, thanks for the speech. We're interviewing people about dating in London. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions about dating?
Your philosophy about dating. Sounds like you've got it. It's all right, It's all right, buddy.
But you have received some maybe like catcalls or
Yeah,
comments that you found a little imposing.
Yeah, definitely. Sort of wolf whistles, boys shouting comments about your body, what you look like, which is obviously a bit off-putting. It's not sort of something
100%.
that I would stop and say, let's start up a conversation.
Yeah. So this is something that I've been thinking about, but why do you think they're doing that? Do you think it's because they see that as the best opportunity to start a conversation, or do you think it's something else?
I think it's sort of social culture and sort of like male dominance, and you're with your mate and you're trying to show off and be like, oh, that girl's attractive. I think it's normally when it happens is a male isn't necessarily on his own, he's in a group, and I think it's sort of showing that amongst his males and a certain dominance and saying, yeah, I can get away with calling this woman whatever and showing off to my mates or whatnot. But that isn't necessarily the way about it, and I don't think they're genuine intentions. I think it's sort of just a laugh and a joke to them and showing off to their mates, not that they're necessarily interested in pursuing anything special or important.
Yeah. And how often would you say, like, let's say on a weekly basis, do you receive some sort of derogatory behaviour or comments?
Like at least once or twice a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there any specific area of London where this happens, or do you find, like, around here, for example?
I don't necessarily go out too much in London, so I couldn't tell you, sorry.
You're not from London?
No, I'm from Surrey.
Ah, that makes sense. It happens in Surrey.
Yeah, it depends where in Surrey you are.
Not Guildford, surely.
No, not Guildford, Surrey, more like
Okay.
Isha, Surrey, but that also sounds bad, that area.
Okay.
We're scared of like men. We're not scared of men, but like they can be really intimidating, and we don't really know like what they want from us, and sometimes like you don't know how they can react if you reject them. So as long as it's like nicely done and not too like rude, I have absolutely no problem with that.
We're filming a video about dating in London. I was wondering if I could ask you a couple of questions.
I'm sorry, I don't date.
You don't date?
No, sorry.
You're married. Congratulations. Great. We're filming a video about the future of feminism.
Oh, that's cool.
Feminism and the future of feminism.
Okay.
The future of feminism. Would you mind answering a couple of questions for us? Awesome. So, more and more people are using dating apps as a means by which they meet their partners. It's like over 50% of people. People spend up to 4 hours a day on social media. A large majority of that is often spent on dating apps. Do you think the potential future where the majority of people meet on dating apps is a positive version of the future or a negative version of the future?
I mean, honestly, I would rather meet person in real life, but I understand that since the world is becoming more and more really like more and more people are using social media, so I feel like, and dating apps, it really depends on the kind of dating app. I feel like there's apps that are more for hookups and apps more for like dating. But I think that if I know people that are in long-term relationships that have met through dating apps, so I think that it just really depends on the two people coming together and if they want something serious or not. So yeah, I'm totally pro dating apps, honestly.
Okay.
I think it could be positive, so people can make an understanding that a normal thing, meeting with those people in the accounts like those apps. So I think it could be positive, yeah.
Yeah? What about you, man?
I think it's a good thing. I think, you know, with these apps, it's like you get a better view of like the world, like who's out there. Because obviously in real life you can't meet everyone.
Yeah.
So it's just a better way to like, just like meet people. You've got more of a chance to meet different people, and I think it's a good thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. The nature of what we're asking hasn't changed at all. But by simply rewording the question from we're talking about dating culture, which innately involves a discussion about feminism, but by rephrasing it as we're talking about the future of feminism and how it relates to dating, we're getting much more positive responses and people are very happy to talk about it. So maybe if nothing else, this video serves as a lesson in linguistics. How what you say and the way that you say it, the buzzwords that you use, can trigger a different response. Would you feel any sense of guilt or shame if you're explaining to friends or family that you met your partner on a dating app such as Tinder?
Yeah, I would be really ashamed because I feel like people will judge maybe like using those apps, so I didn't really want to meet with people from the app.
I'm okay. I would just say, oh, we met online or we met on social media. I
wouldn't mind that.
No, I'll just say we met online. I'm okay with that, but I just wouldn't give details.
Even for me, it was a bit awkward at the beginning when my friends used to ask me, oh, how did you guys meet? Through Instagram. It's a bit weird, right? It is. But I feel like if more and more people are starting to do it, then I mean, why not? As long as two people find each other and are happy together, it doesn't really matter how they meet.
That's nice, I agree with that. So a wide array of responses in today's video. A few rejections, a few entertaining rejections when we worded it one way versus when we word it purely as feminism. People seem to feel more of a responsibility to talk about that. And they're much more opening to communicating their ideas about feminism than they are just about dating. So the power of language, again, thinking about what am I saying and are there actually buzzwords? Are there words that I'm saying that's causing someone to switch on or switch off? And could I actually use my language more carefully? Because as we all know, language is very, very powerful in communicating ideas, but also our intentions, right? If I go up and say, we're filming a video about feminism, the assumption immediately is that we are promoting equality, which we are. But if we just talk about dating, there's this sense that maybe it's going to get seedy, maybe they're going to be over-speaking about things they don't want to, even when the nature of the questions applies to both dating and feminism, and the questions are exactly the same. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As I said before, if you're interested in coming out to Brazil, we've already got one guy signed up for the 6-week course, 9th of February to 24th of March. Get in touch with me. If you have any questions for me before I leave London on the 18th of December, get in touch and we can sort it out. Book a 30-minute call in the link in the description. I look forward to talking to you guys. Thanks for the ongoing support. Sam, out.
When they come for you, bad boys, what you wanna do when they come for you?